let's also talk about this, which was like, the one of the biggest moments of the night
Oh my
also.
god. Like, this started the show. I was shook
I
when this
know.
happened. I was like fired up.
Okay, so I was excited when we heard her music, and I'm like, okay, cool. But I'm still slightly disappointed that it was Naomi. I
Why?
wanted to be Bianca so bad. And
It
people
might
were,
still be.
it could. But when I was saying this at first, I was disappointed. People were being so mean online and being like, you're an idiot. Like, all the clues were there. And I'm like, I, first of all, I felt like Naomi is just kind of like the easy target to make into the
Yeah,
bad one. But
it's
I
an easy
also feel
story.
like, and I don't mean this in any disrespectful way because I love Naomi, Bianca turning heel is so much more fascinating than Naomi.
And
And that
yeah.
was why I was a little bit bummed, because I'm like, Bianca is great, and I know that people aren't going to agree with me. I think she's just kind of boring, and the reason I think that is not because I don't think that she's a great wrestler, a great whatever, like everything. She's great, but she's had literally no character difference from when she started to now. And I've been begging for her to turn heel for like the past 2 years. And so I was really hoping that this was going to be that moment, and it felt like this was that moment. And so for them to take it with Naomi instead just kind of disappointed me. Even if the moment was great and Naomi didn't fight back, Jade completely dominated her.
No, she
Bianca's
looks strong.
crying in the corner, whatever. But I was like, I
That's an
just wish it
understatement.
had been Bianca.
Uh, I still think it is. I still think it might be
I
because
need it
I'm
to be.
optimistic. However, putting that aside, this was one of the best starts to a PLE in a very long time.
And
You
good
have
for
Jade
Jade.
Cargill.
Oh,
Jade Cargill makes her return, looks very strong in
I
her
know.
return, and you can tell that she has a different side to her, which you
Mhm.
needed to see in this next run that she's
Considering
gonna
they
go
tried to
on.
unalive her, they had her on, like, a Criminal
They
Minds
did.
episode.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
So you have her come back with that attitude.
with a
You
vengeance.
have vengeance. You have her attack Naomi in the same corner that Bianca is in the pod. Is
Mhm.
you said crying, that was like crying for help, like
Hysterics. Yeah.
hysterics. I like losing all bodily functions,
Mhm.
no. And then to have her go through that, come back and win the match, that's great. Let's go back to that, the hysterics though, because before that, Naomi gives a look over that a lot of people are talking about, that it seems like Naomi was looking at it like, oh shit, like hopefully she buys it, and hopefully, she goes after Liv.
Yeah,
Like
because
it
Liv
seems
was,
that
like, looking terrified
and
too.
that's the thing, and that's everyone, and pivoting to that, Liv looked terrifying because Liv was being blamed as the scapegoat for
Mhm.
this,
Mhm.
where everyone's saying that she did it, and Liv has to go up against Jade Cargill. She's terrified because there's no half no theory like a woman scorn.
Mhm.
Jade Cargill is coming into the elimination chamber to unalive her.
Yeah.
She's terrified.
Yeah.
So that's obviously the human reaction. That was fantastic by Liv. And that's what made it so good, is that you thought Liv, Liv could have been like, I didn't do it. Like, I could have been like, stop. No, it's her. It's her. Like, she could have done, but she was so afraid. That's what took it to another level, that it was more genuine. It
Mhm.
didn't seem like it was, watching a show. It was genuine reaction. And Bianca, like, it just seems like there's so much more to tell there. Like, there's so
It
much to go
has
there.
to.
It's going to, which that's what makes it so great. Like, there's so many different avenues this go down because of the look you saw. Jade just destroying Naomi.
You know what
What?
it
And
could
what? She
be?
didn't say anything. What?
Maybe Bianca. Okay, so they're saying that Bianca, because Bianca was in a match when they found Jade, which people are being like, that means she wasn't in it. She wasn't involved because
Yeah.
she
When
was.
she, I've said, yeah,
But that's not true because they
not at all.
found her.
They found her. She wasn't getting attacked on the
Yes.
video footage.
So
She was attacked.
that's a huge detail that I think people are like overlooking. because like people are found injured well after or unalived well after the lead up happens. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's let's say there's like another thing, right? If it was Naomi and Bianca that were both in it, maybe the reason that she went after Naomi is because she only saw Naomi. Like the only memory she has is Naomi coming after her. Like she didn't see Bianca. So in her mind, it was only Naomi. Because once you pass out or once you're like on the ground trying to protect yourself or
Yeah,
whatever,
you're getting
you're not
eyes
looking
closed.
up to be like, oh, who is it? Like she probably saw
No.
Naomi and whatever. Um, and so that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that there's a twist there because ultimately this still proves that Bianca is selfish AF because she wanted to take out her tag team partner who was going to be in the women's intercontinental championship picture. Obviously she didn't win. I'm sorry, US
But she
title.
saw but she
Yeah.
saw
And
one
then
title to the other.
she gets her way into the elimination chamber. So does her new tag team partner, but she sacrificed her tag team partner because she knew that Jade was going to come back at some point and want to go after them, or at least after Naomi. And that was a way to get Naomi out of the match real quick and then win it. And then she gets the championship match at WrestleMania. So I'm hoping that we can still like bring this back to like include Bianca because otherwise I feel like this is such a huge missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we don't see any of it culminate until Mania and maybe Jade realizes it and maybe costs Bianca the match or something, I don't
Yeah, my
know.
boss with that.
But I want to see Bianca as a bad girl so bad.
I want to see. I don't want to see Jade cost Bianca at WrestleMania. I want to see Bianca win, and Jade and her have a standoff where Bianca has to admit that she had some involvement, and then that leads to a feud for the title.
I mean,
That's a great first feud to have, and
mhm.
also elevates Jade into being a legit top
Well,
threat in the division.
and that's what we thought was going to be their Mania match. We thought that eventually that Jade was going to come back a lot sooner
Yeah.
and reveal, oh, it was Bianca, and that was going to
Mm-hmm.
be like Jade's first Mania match and Bianca's first match back as like a singles competitor.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like that has to be the inevitable end. Like they're gonna have to feud at some point. It feels like you can't
Mm-hmm.
not have that happen. So I'm hopeful because like I said, nothing against Naomi, but I feel like the real story here is Jade and Bianca. Naomi is just kind of like the scapegoat right now. Like she might have been involved in the story, but like it's not it doesn't have the same impact I feel as it would have been with Bianca.